which means that they made $1.1 billion or more in the fiscal year of 2025. So I have a question for you, Steve. When you eat your Smarties, what color do you eat last?
Well, they tell you you're supposed to eat the red ones last.
But which color do you eat last?
You know, I'm going to tell you, and I like Smarties. I'm going to tell you it's whatever they order that come out of the box.
So they didn't brainwash you. They didn't brainwash you. Okay, so guys, we're going to talk about Smarties. Smarties is a Nestle brand, and not only just a Nestle brand, but it's a $1 billion per year Nestle brand. So in 2025, they were still part of the billionaire brand club at Nestle, which means that they made $1.1 billion or more in the fiscal year of 2025.
Wow, so they're still doing that well.
Yeah,
wow.
And they've been around, and I got a note here, they've been around for a long time. 1967 was the first time that the campaign ran the way it is. It was invented about 10 years prior to that, and it was invented in the UK. I mean, Nestle is a Swiss brand.
Like the product.
The product itself was invented in the UK. It was first used, and it's now in 185 countries around the world, not in the United States. You cannot get Smarties in the United States, which is amazing to me considering the market.
It is amazing to me.
But I can tell you why.
Yeah.
The reason for this is because there's a brand of candy, and we've all eaten it. Like you can get these in Canada. I don't know how you can get these in Canada, but you can't get our the Smarties chocolate in the States. It's these little tubes of hard pressed dextrose candy that you usually get at Halloween, and you pull it like this, and they're the little tablets, and then they melt into a powder in your mouth, and they're called Smarties. And so that's made in the United States. So if somehow they block, trademark wise, they block.
Oh, so they probably pre-existed, owned the name.
Exactly.
If Smarties went into the United States, they would have to be called something other than Smarties.
Exactly. So
and basically Nestle said, eh.
Yeah. And it's weird because we can get the Smarties candy in Canada and the Smarties chocolate in Canada, but it's not the other way around.
Interesting.
In the United States, you would probably run for a bag of M&Ms. It'd be the same idea, candy coated chocolate. But I'm going to play the ad, and the reason why I got really excited to do this one is because Smarties really lean heavily into a Coke. Remember, we've talked about it with the 1950s ads for the cigarettes, and I'm drawing a blank on it. I did with Dave Young. We talked about a Coke memory with McDonald's. These guys killed it with this campaign, and it was done by Ogilvy and Mather, created the campaign in Toronto.
Toronto.
Proudly Canadian, so we're we get to boast a little bit.
I had no idea this campaign was created in Toronto.
Right.
Okay,
See?
cool.
So, all right, so watch this ad.
When you eat your Smarties, do you eat the red ones last? Do you suck them very slowly or crunch them very fast? Eat that candy-coated chocolate, but tell me when I ask. When you eat your Smarties, do you eat the red ones last? When you eat your Smarties, do you eat the red ones last? Do you suck them very slowly or crunch them very fast? Eat that candy-coated chocolate, but tell me when I ask. When you eat your Smarties, do you eat the red ones last?
And I think this ad worked because of the overtop delivery from the original singer.
Oh, no question. Tell me when it last. Like
the roll,
well, that and
words.
the visual images of like the clacky. Oh, totally. That's why this works.
That's right. I loved the old Smartie box, like the old logo.
Yeah.
It was a very, I would say, very boring old logo. The new one I like much better. But when you eat your Smarties, do you eat the red ones last? Do you suck them very slowly? Do you crunch them very fast? Eat that candy-coated chocolate, but tell me when I ask. When you eat your Smarties, do you eat the red ones last?
Right, which is basically 15 seconds that they just loop twice.
And they literally looped twice. They sped it up on the second pass. They had kids join in, so you get the kids that's singing it at home, and that's what they're going to hear in the car, and blah, blah, blah. It's brilliantly done. Composed specifically for them. They own everything about the song, and they repeated this for years. This is a 30-year-old campaign, and the last time they revived it was in 2015. So even 20, that's 11 years, or almost 11 full years since the last time it was been on TV. And when they did it in 2015, they screwed it up. So we've talked about this in the past where they do really good and then they screw it up, because in 2015 there was people are getting fat in North America and then or in the world. They didn't say, do you eat the red ones last? They said, do you save the red ones?
Oh.
because they wanted specifically to try and drive portion control.
So here's what I always love about things like that. Pick a lane. you want the ad to talk about portion control, and then you supersize everything.
Right.
You make your boxes 10 times bigger, you supersize everything. It's like, you know what? And this is the reason why things like that don't work. It's not authentic. Everyone knows you don't give a crap about portion control. Because if you did, the box would not be 3 times bigger than the size of the boxes that we got when we were kids.
Correct.
Like the standard size box is twice the size of the box that we got when we were kids. So when they do that, so everybody knows it's not authentic. And on top of that, the line that kids remember is the "do you eat the red ones last?" No one's going to remember, "Oh, Matthew, do you save?"
This is what was incredible about the way they set this up. We talk about this when we, so if you have a chance and you're a marketer or a business owner, you want to take some really good marketing courses, go to the Wizard Academy down in Austin, Texas. And we learned something there called first mental image, last mental image. This 15-second jingle literally starts off, "Do you eat the red ones last?" And it says at the very end, "Do you eat the red ones last?" First mental image, last mental image. They doubled down, tripled down on this whole idea of "Do you eat the red ones last?" And then you try to revive the whole thing and say, "Do you save the red ones?"
Right. Now, if you wanted to do you save the red ones, you'd actually need to change the whole feel of it. So the feel that you would have to change it to is that this is something so good that you want to savor it.
The thing you protect at all costs, yes.
Right, which means you'd have to slow the music, you'd have to slow the pace, you'd have to slow the whole thing. This whole, let's just throw this throwaway line in. Again, it's this whole thing of what's the emotion you're trying to, it's a complete fail.
Now, don't get me wrong, it has not killed their sales. Again,
right.
They're $1 billion brand, right? That one specific candy that is about this big, that big in a box, they make $1 billion a year on. So I don't feel bad for them, but man, like it's just, and maybe it's a nostalgia thing, and I get really,
maybe.
I would build up that in my brain. Don't change it. McDonald's did that when they changed their slogan for their 12 patties. They killed it in 1985 where they tried to change it, right? The offer, whatever the offer was, because it was get a free hamburger and then it was get a free upsize on your Coke or whatever it was in Australia. Like just changing it so that it kills the actual message it was built for. But for echoic retention, for memorization, for easily having instant recall, right? Like you do not have to hear them sing the words. Bum, 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 bum. As soon as you hear that, you know what song it is. Like it's immediate. And so I wanted to show it off. Again, this is one of those brands that's from my childhood. I've eaten a Smartie or two, and and I would always eat the blue ones last. It's my favorite color, so I ate the blue ones last. But the song doesn't change. The feeling doesn't change. It's it actually allowed me to be important because it asked me, do I eat the red ones last? No, I eat the blue ones last. I get to inject myself into it. Like it didn't tell me what to do. It allowed me to feel a way about it.
Right, which allowed you to participate in it.
Correct. Ask me a direct question. Like as a kid, if you're watching that as a kid, and you're being asked a direct question from a commercial. Like, hey, which one? What do you think? You're like, man, I'm in. Let's go. I'm in this whole thing. So I really like this. The campaign ran forever. UK, Canada, Australia, the top 3 countries that this is sold in, but it's in 185 countries worldwide.
Wow, amazing.
So congratulations, Nestle. You did a good job.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll talk, guys, next time on another Sticky Sales Stories.